Hello, 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 and welcome to the Great Pop Culture Debate Primer for our Season 10 episode devoted to the best Beetlejuice quote. I'm Eric Rezsnyak, and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know heading into this episode, which will be available Monday, August 26th on all podcast platforms. To listen to our warm-up for this episode, in which the panelists discuss the favorite Beetlejuice quotes that did not make the bracket, become a Patreon subscriber of our podcast today. For this episode, there was no public poll. When we realized that the long-rumored sequel to Tim Burton's 1988 horror comedy classic was releasing this fall, the podcast panelists knew they had to pay homage to the original's hilariously dark script. So myself and Great Pop Culture Debate panelists and Beetlejuice fans, Bob Erlenbach, Jim Zadzik, and Michael Schwartz, each put forward our individual favorite Beetlejuice quotes. We compared picks, and the 16 most popular options were added to a bracket. Then the four of us acted out the quotes, argued about the matchups, and insulted each other, all for your amusement. The round one matchups for this debate are Beetlejuice's qualification monologue climaxing with the Seeing the Exorcist 167 times, which was up against Let's Turn on the Juice and See What Shakes Loose. Lydia's I Am Alone, I Am Utterly Alone soliloquy, facing off against Beetlejuice's That's Why I Won't Do 2 shows a night anymore, babe, I won't. Adam's assessment of the handbook for the recently deceased is up against Beetlejuice explaining to Lydia why he can't just tell her his name. It makes his life a hell, okay? A living hell. Beetlejuice's carnal urges in front of the cat house is up against Lydia comparing her life to a dark room. One big, dark room. Beetlejuice complaining about those pesky sandworms is up against Beetlejuice again, this time explaining to Lydia that the Maitlands have split, but he's still the ghost with the most. Beetlejuice's attention Kmart shoppers monologue is paired up with his succinct critique of Adam's model. Lydia, explaining that she can see the Maitlands because she is, herself, strange and unusual, is matched up against Otho, delighting at Delia's ability to read his mind. And finally, in round one, Delia's rant about going insane and taking Charles with her is pitted against the dead receptionist's explanation of the afterlife. And that's it. That's our Sandworm 16. So make sure you head over to your podcast platform of choice tomorrow to find out which line or lines we ultimately decide is the best Beetlejuice quote. We've covered a bunch of movie quote episodes on this podcast, so if you're into this topic, we encourage you to check out the Best Drop Dead Gorgeous quote, Best Steel Magnolias quote, Best Clue quote, and even our Best Tim Burton film episodes, all available at our website, greatpopculturedebate.com. Thank you for listening, and make sure you subscribe to the show so you don't miss any of our upcoming episodes. And head to greatpopculturedebate.com, where you'll find the polls that determine what we debate next, and loads of cool bonus content, like my top 10 list of best Beetlejuice special effects. And have you subscribed to our weekly newsletter, which tells you about what's new in movies, TV shows, music, video games, and more? Head to the subscribe section of our website and sign up today. See you over in the main episode.
Despite the unshakable Iowa Corn-Cyhawk rivalry, there is one thing Iowa State and University of Iowa fans can both agree on: getting hyped for Unleaded 88. It's cleaner burning and better for your engine, and it's cheaper than other fuel options, making Unleaded 88 the clear fuel choice. If Iowa Corn-Cyhawk rivals can agree on it, you know it's worth the hype. So pump it up with Unleaded 88, grown by Iowa corn farmers.